Hello, StarSeeds. Welcome to Starseed Living. My name is Lorrayne. So I'm coming to you today. I had this massive download last night, part of yesterday, and this morning during my quiet meditation time. And basically, I was told that it was imperative to get this information out. I know the information is coming from all directions right now. This is a little different than probably what you've heard, but on some of the same lines. But it's critical right now that starseeds, lightworkers, healers, people that are awake and aware of what's going on. It is a critical time for us. And what I was told, and I'll break it down, but that it is critical in these moments, in these times, right now, as we're moving into the next few weeks. We are shedding layers and layers as the energies are pouring in, and they are coming in faster, quicker, more intense than we have experienced in our lifetimes. The energies have ramped up because as we move closer to this shift in frequency and energy, we need to be prepared. And they are pushing us, humanity and starseeds and lightworkers, harder and more intensely than we have ever been pushed in an energy sense. So we are critical to this transformation. This will not happen if we don't prepare ourselves. We aren't here to be saved or rescued. We are here to be an active, integral, critical piece of the ascension process. And we have an immense amount of support, but they cannot come in and interfere and usurp our free will without our active and intentional participation. So if you look at what is happening, and right now, one of the key pieces that they wanted me to tell you, and I hope I'm not disjointed, because when information is channeling through, and it always does the minute I open my mouth and start to talk, it sometimes comes in so quickly and sometimes disjointed that it's a little challenging to not trip over my words. But the image that I received is that, so we have our physical body, our physical form. Then, as you know, we have our physical etheric, our mental, emotional, and spiritual etheric. It's like this energy egg that we are in. And the layers, so on top of that, we have lifetimes of energetic residue that has, I can't think of the right word, attached, is part of this field. And it's an agreement, a contract, a karmic debt that we have agreed to clear for the collective. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, let me go back. We are all one. We are all one from the same source. We are energetic expressions of the source. So if you look at it, the body has trillions of cells, and each one of those cells has an intelligence, a knowing, an understanding, a purpose. It knows itself just as we are like the cell of the entire source energy intelligence. So if you look at it from that standpoint, we each have our own individual expression. We each have our own personalities. We each have our own mission and projected reality. But we are still all one of the source, from the source, part of the source. We are, as starseeds in particular and lightworkers, we entered into an agreement to help clear the karmic debt of the entirety. Now, as we kicked over from 2012 to December 20th, 21st of 2020, we cleared karmic debt. We cleared an immense amount of karmic debt because we cannot enter into the fifth dimension without clearing, shifting, and raising our frequencies. Each dimensional shift, each energetic thrust causes us to clear energetic karma, debt, whatever you want to call it, lower frequency energies. We cannot enter into the fifth dimension without clearing this residue. So this happens on every level, physical etheric, mental etheric, emotional etheric, and spiritual etheric. We are clearing from our entirety. So all belief systems that are of lower frequency need to be shed. All physical dis-ease in the body and the etheric bodies, all dis-ease of the entirety needs to be shed before we can move higher in frequency. We cannot enter into the fifth dimension as the being that we are now. And this is what I've been being bombarded with in information. It is critical for us to recognize that we need to keep raising our frequencies and shedding. So we're going to, on a physical level, all dis-ease, all past traumas, all emotional, mental, physical is going to come up. It is going to filter up to be shed. So you may be experiencing intense headaches, muscle aches, every disease that you have ever experienced in your lifetime there's going to be a residue if it was not cleared at the time that you had it. So if you've had issues with pain and mental anxiety and PTSD and all of these things are bubbling up, here's the thing. In order to clear them, the energy, because it's not the disease that's here with you anymore. It's the residue. It's the energetics. And if it manifested in the physical, if it moved from the etheric realms, because all disease must first start in the etherics before it can manifest in the physical. If it made it to physical manifestation, the physical body, the cells, take longer to clear it out. even if you've cleared it on an energetic level, all the emotional, energetic that caused it to remain, once it's in the physical body, it needs to clear out. So doing the energetic work, clearing all the cords, the ties, the contracts, which we've talked about before, clearing all of that from your field first. And again, to give you some clues and ideas of what I'm doing. So I have my little pyramid. I do this, sit under my little pyramid. I got that off of Etsy. I'll put a link down in the description if I can figure out how to do that so that you know where I got it. Cutting cords with wands, clearing your energy field, singing bowls, the energy of the singing bowl as you clear the frequencies of your field and your body and the area that you're in. And I'm a big proponent of clearing the space as well, because as we shed this toxic residue from our field, it floats in the space and we need to clear it. We need to send it back to its place of origin. So when you declare your sovereignty, when you stand in your power and you say, I cast thee out, I am a being of sovereign divine frequency, I stand my ground and I cast thee back to the place of origin. However you want to word that, word it with command and intent, with the power that you hold as an energy being and an extension of the divine. So clearing your space with sage, with bay leaves, with lavender, using essential oils, crystal essences, shungite, tourmaline, obsidian, indigo gabbro, rhodonite, carnelian, and beautiful river stones. There is power in the river stones. Don't discount them because they're not shiny and sparkly like a crystal. They have a crystalline structure and they are extremely powerful. So all of these tools, I also use tuning forks, and I'll leave a link down below from where I get my tuning forks as well. All of these are tools, and they're not needed for you to do the work. They facilitate, but they don't do the work. You, as a sovereign, powerful being, need to set the intent to clear with ease, with joy, with love. I always set the intent that I am clearing with the most ease and least effort, because the frequencies don't need you to be suffering. What they need is for you to identify, acknowledge, and clear. Identify, acknowledge, and clear. You are powerful beyond measure. You are the singular frequency tone form that has the ability to intend and clear. We humans, we starseeds in human form, but all humans have the coding to be able to intend, and create. We are extensions of the one divine intelligence, of the source. We have the same creative powers. And as such, we, with our intent, can create magic and miracles. So when these come up, now I have been experiencing a tremendous amount of kickback. And if you've watched my previous videos, I've talked about how I've been clearing a lifelong issue with allergies and sinus issues and breathing issues. And I was making headway. I had cut cords. I had discovered another layer, another level. But last night, the information that came through, because I've been getting information and I've been clearing the layers of cords, ties, agreements, contracts, and recognized that as a starseed and a light worker, I made decisions that caused me to take the burdens, the cords, the contracts, the agreements away from other souls through lifetimes and took on the burden, believing that I was so powerful that it wouldn't affect me. We have made decisions, all of us. We've all made agreements. It is no longer in our best interest or in the interest of the entire collective to go into sacrifice, to sacrifice ourselves on the cross and release the burdens of others. As we do our own work, our own personal clearing for ourselves only, or our sacred trusts, although they are a powerful soul no matter who they are or the age that they are, they innately know. It is not in our best interest to take on the burdens of others. So you are seeing in the greater world the extreme upheaval of all the old dying energetic forms, and they are thought forms. They are manifested reality from thought forms from the human collective. This is all bubbling to the surface so that it can be cleared, because again, we cannot enter into the fifth dimension carrying any of this residue. We can't even enter the fifth dimension with any of the old limiting beliefs. It is time right now for you to do the work. Give yourself permission, because this is the most important thing you will ever do. Clear the beliefs, clear the limits, clear the traumas, the lower energy thought forms. And if you need help, there are a lot of LightWorkers, StarSeeds out there offering services. There are so much assistance right now pouring out in all forms to assist you in releasing, letting go. As we shed these layers of all of this karmic contract, agreement, energetics, out of our outer field, and it begins to bubble up in our physical body, and we just acknowledge it, thank it, and let it go. Forgiving yourself if you're holding any ideas about your guilt or shame, let it go. Remember, through our entire physical manifestation experience, in the entirety of our beingness as an individual expression, we did the best we knew how to do in the moment. In the moment that we made the decision, we did the best we knew how to do. And so did everyone else. We've all been playing out a part through our entire experience, like a play upon a stage, like actors. We've all been playing a part to expand the entirety of Source, of the divine. But we're moving into a new expression of divine, of divinity. We're moving into a higher frequency of light, into the crystalline expression. And none of this old residue will serve us. Forgiveness, surrender, love, joy. Bathing yourself in the frequencies of absolute love. Recognizing you are a sacred, sentient expression of the divine. Anything that you believe to be true may or may not be true. It doesn't matter. That is a 3D expression. We are shedding the third and fourth dimension. We are leaving behind the duality, the conflict, the density of these frequencies, and we are rising into the divine light of Source. These fifth dimensional rays that have been coming down to assist us, the beings that are fifth dimensional beings that have been calling us to rise to their frequency level, allowing us to entrain to the beauty of the fifth and sixth dimension. We have help beyond measure, and it is time for us to surrender, to give ourselves permission to lean back, to rest and renew, to meditate, to clear. And when stuff comes up, and it will, give ourselves permission to go deep into it, to ask what it is trying to tell you, and if it doesn't come quickly, just command it gone. And then nurture the physical body as it moves through the old traumas, the old dis-ease, loving it, acknowledging the community of trillions of cells that are supporting and making you possible. Find support. Find teachers, guides, healers that can help you move through this process. Because nothing that is happening on the external reality is all that important. It's there to distract you away from what is really important, what is really needed. Focus inward. Find your joy. Spend time in nature because it is the thing that can bring you to the frequency, because Mother Earth, Gaia, Terra, living light planet is already elevated. And if you tap into her, you will instantly be propelled. Leave behind the old. Shed the layers. Come to the space of joy. And when you do that, the resistance, the residue will clear so much quicker. I hope this has been helpful. I will be coming back with the crystal mastery information that I promised. I had a little bit of a delay, some physical manifestation that needed to be cleared, and some meditation work which brought forth this information. I hope you benefit. Know that you are so loved. You are so needed. And together we will rise. Until next time, much love. My name is Lorrayne.